party, NNPP, got 1.4 million votes at the polls. And, Tinubu was declared winner of the 2023 presidential election by Mahmoud Yakubu. The national leader of APC won in 12 states out of 36 states of the Federation, but notably lost to Obi in Lagos State, where he governed for 8 years between 1999 and 2007. Similarly, he lost Katsina, the home state of President Muhammadu Buhari, a leader of his party, whose second term ends on May 29th this year. He lost Katsina State to PDP under Atiku Abubakar. The state's won by the Jagaban Borgu. Most people hear Jagaban. I think it's a title from Niger State. So the full title is Jagaban Borgu. He won Niger, he won Benue, he won Kogi, Zamfara, Jigawa, Oyo, Rivers, Ogun, Ondo, Kwara, Ekiti, and Borno states. And it has been a torturous journey to the presidency. The way to success, they say, is always long and difficult, and this thing captures Tinubu's ascendancy to the presidency, which he himself has noted that has been a lifelong ambition. So I'm just going to play very quickly two things. I'm going to play the announcement of Professor Mahmoud Yakubu announcing Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu as president-elect in Nigeria's 2023 elections. And then afterwards, I'll play the acceptance speech of of the president-elect. So here now, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu.
Resigning officer for the presidential election. I, Professor Mahmoud Yakubu, hereby certify that I am the returning officer for the 2023 presidential election held on the 25th of February 2023. The election was contested. The candidates received the following votes. Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, 8,794,726. Obi Peter Gregory of the LP, 6,101,533. Musa Mohammed Rabiu Konkoso of the NNPP, 1,496,687. Abubakar Atiku of the PDP, 6,984,520. Total valid votes 24,025,940. Rejected votes 939,278. Total votes cast 24,965,218. That Tinubu Bola Ahmed of the APC, having satisfied the requirements of the law, is hereby declared the winner and is returned elected. Thank you.
I am being elected. President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. This is a serious mandate. I hereby accept it. That is to serve you, be your servant, and not be your leader. To work with you and make Nigeria a great country. I take this opportunity also again to appeal to my fellow citizens balance. Let us team out together. It is the only nation we have. It is one country.
Welcome back, and thanks for staying with us. This is quite a lengthy speech, and so I had to interrupt that. The voice that you just heard is going to be a national one, a global one for the next 4 years. That is the voice of the president-elect, Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And there has been mixed reactions on social media about him, his road to victory. Here is a tweet from media personality Osi Suave. He said, Tinubu has been declared president-elect and by extension is on course to become president come May 29th. He has his work cut out for him. A country to unite, an ailing economy to revive, and institutions to strengthen. I pray for his success. If he succeeds, Nigeria succeeds. Somebody said, the president-elect Bola Tinubu, congratulations. I pray for wisdom, direction, strength, and good health. Good health to lead the country, as the suffering in the land is too much. God bless Nigeria, and may his will always stand. Of course, there are a couple of comments that says Tinubu was announced as the winner by the fraudulent INEC, and everywhere is silent and gloomy, no shouts of jubilation. The people who know who they voted for, and it was not Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Another tweet reads, at official Bat has been declared president. Congratulations to all who contributed to this success. It's time to bond towards a greater Nigeria, regardless of political differences. Though hard work starts immediately. And so, it goes on and on and on, back and forth, those for, those against. And, of course, we know that the courts, everybody says we are heading to court with all the facts, with all the evidences. You have 60 days to seek for redress on this matter. And so, how about you listening to Perspectives this afternoon? It's just me, myself, and I in the studio, but I'll absolutely love your comments. I'll love your inputs. So please go right ahead. Oh, thank you so much. I have this one right here. Patrick, I really want to hear from all of you right now. No, the number to dial is 0818-22-22-206. It'd be nice to call into the studio to hear back from you. What are your thoughts? The president-elect has been announced, and he'll be picking up the certificate of return at 3 p.m. today. The INEC chairman is going to present that to him. My guest is on standby. I have a guest we're going to do a phone-in interview this afternoon. So this message said, I'm among those who wish to jackpot. Because that was one of the things I thought, are people going to stay back now? What is the president-elect going to do to get people to stay back in the country? This message reads, I'm among those who wish to jackpot. The problem is the fact that I don't know where to go. I think I will jackpot to my village for some time. Nigerians are not happy with the conduct of the general election on Saturday. It is so unfortunate that the only thing Nigerians can do now is live with it for the next 4 years. Anywhere I can find jackpot scholarship, I will apply. I need to leave Nigeria sometime. This is Patrick from New Cairo. Patrick, your comment is duly noted, and as your heart desires, that's what God will grant you. Thank you so much, Patrick, for calling in. And so my guest is on standby. I'll just give her a dial back. I have joining me this afternoon Joy Asioye. She's a colleague. She's a phenomenal journalist as well. And so we have pitched our tents together this afternoon to talk about the outcome of this election. Hello, Joy. Can you hear me? Hello? Hello? Oh, dear. Okay, so please, I'll just dial her back so that I can hear her loud and clear. So, what are your thoughts, reactions? The INEC chairman has announced the president-elect. What do you think of it? What's going to happen now? Do you think you hit the ground running?
The customer you are calling is currently not available.
Oh, dear.
Just try again later.
I'll keep trying. Okay, what about you? What are your thoughts? 0818-22-22-205, 0818-22-22-206. You can send me a message or you can call into the studio. 0818-22-22-205 20. Oh, okay, I have this call here. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, go on. Good afternoon. Hello. Oh, please do call back. Meanwhile, my guest is here. Finally, hello.
Oh, hi.
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing? Hello.
Well, I'm very well, thank you. So good to connect with you. I would have really loved to be in the studio, but apologies.
I can
This might
imagine.
happen for 5.
This is our season, back to back. Every journalist in Nigeria is, going on and on about this matter right now. So, babe, finally, Nigeria has decided, and the INEC chairman has announced Senator Bola Ahmed Tinubu as the president-elect of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Reactions, lady?
Well, you see, when we say that we women, I just want to, first of all, my reaction is just so that I don't heat up the quality.
Yes.
Congratulations to the president-elect.
Yes.
And I know that there were also Nigerians, about 7, if you put together others,
Yes.
there are about 20-something million Nigerians that wanted a different candidate. But we had always said only one person
can emerge. Yes.
One person has indeed emerged. And there's something I like watching and listening to the media, the of today. Nigeria is a country governed by laws, governed by rules. It is not a jungle. And if you feel like, if you feel aggrieved, and you feel like there is, you need to seek redress, we have court. And if you have your evidence, I have hope on Nigeria. I believe that there is hope for the common man. And if you think you have good evidence to prove otherwise, you can always seek redress in court. So first of all, congratulations to all who have emerged, and for gubernatorial candidates and House of Assembly candidates.
Beautiful outcome there. That's my favorite part of this whole conversation, that, if your candidate might not have come in, but it has created a mixed atmosphere in the House of Reps and in the Senate. So please go on, Joy. Sorry, I was so excited to go on.
Yes, and did we ever know that about 10 sitting governors would be unable to get their seats?
Absolutely.
House of Assembly seats. I mean, we're talking about just how many constituencies do you need to win? These are people who before now had to win as much as the entire state to emerge governor. Nigerians are taking their grievances to the ballot, and it's an exciting time in our democracy. We are seeing that awareness, we are seeing that we are awakening, where we know that if you do not do us right, if you do not follow up with the social contract that you find with the citizens of your state, your ward, your local government, we have the power in our hands to stick with the ballot. And that's the most exciting thing, and we're seeing that spread. And another thing I must say about this election is I understand the hiccups that happened. It cannot be underestimated or undermined or pushed down under the carpet. I understand the hiccups. I understand the problems we had around the election. But people turned up. There were people who were legitimately disenfranchised. By legitimately, I mean the institutions failed them. And I saw women having to queue up in the worst of temperatures. It was raining in some parts of the country. In other parts of the country, they had to queue on very long. Be on very long queues for several hours. And resiliently they stood there and waited,
fulfilling the song we sang in NYC now, under the sun and in the rain, as in this was for country.
Exactly. I looked at the numbers, and it's still saddening that there's voter apathy. Out of 93
million people with PVCs.
Million electorates that did collect their PVCs. 80-something million people that collected their PVCs. We still did not see that number. But you can understand logistics problem. If our electoral system is still one where an electorate must vote where where he
resides.
Registered, you know, and then if I probably, there was logistic problem. Cash crunch was a major factor. Fuel scarcity was another factor. Rayo, like I told you, I'm with Her Excellency Adama Sydney.
Okay.
Who would do
okay. Is she here at the moment? Because I was hoping to call. I wanted you to do your beat first, and I was going to call her. At one point.
I want you to do your introductions as well, so that she could join the conversation.
Okay, so I'm so delighted to have you both on the show this afternoon. So, Her Excellency, she contested in, she actually put her hat in the ring for these elections, but it did not pan out. Adama Sydney is back in Nigeria with us. She's back in the building. Your Excellency, Happy New Year, Happy Valentine's Day, Happy Lenten season, Happy elections. Where have you been? It's so good to finally catch up with you this year. Hello?
Okay. Hello, my dear. Hello.
How are you doing?
Very well, thank you, my dear. I was away for 2 weeks for the first time I ever left my country. Seriously.
No, but it feels like you've been gone for 6 months. And you know,
yeah, my dear, 2 wonderful weeks.
Oh my goodness. So you're just the perfect person.
Some bilateral relations duties. And cultural exchange, you know, representing for the future of our country, since the present is what it is at the moment. What can we say?
Exactly. So, what are your thoughts? Were you able to participate in the voting exercise last Saturday? Were you able to participate?
In all honesty, I came in only a few shabby minutes to it, and too many factors. As it's where once you land in Nigeria, every other thing takes over.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, my dear, the much and the little that we got to hear, see, experience, it was an epic exercise of unbelievable emotions for all Nigerians, including myself. I don't know how best to explain the emotions going around the country right now. It's mixed feelings, it is fear, it is anxiety, so much anticipation. Nobody knows what really is going to happen, but the electoral process had so many questions, just hanging in there.
Yes.
But, how do they say it? The first results have been called, and the first announcement has been made.
Yes.
With Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency, coming up as president-elect. You know what we always say? It doesn't matter what party you are. Everybody has to do their bit. And if us as Nigerians could not have held our past leaders
accountable.
Up to par for them to do their part as leaders and institute measures that would have secured us maybe a better experience during the elections, and also maybe who knows what outcome it could have been.
Yes.
Then. Yeah, there's so much left to talk about. Yeah.
There is. Thank you so much, Adama Sydney there, Her Excellency. So you know why I'm excited? It's just, oh my goodness. I'm excited because this elections was full of surprises. You know, earlier on, Joy mentioned that she has no idea where they got the voter apathy from. Because 5 years ago, 8 years ago even, when you ask the elites, the educated people in Nigeria, they don't come out to vote because that Saturday is the day they choose to do laundry and stay back at home. But that was not the case in 2023. More than the regular, everybody came out to vote, especially if you had a PVC. So they came out to vote. So that tells me something, that Nigeria is ready. We are ready to choose, we're ready for a proper democracy that accommodates everyone, and that we're all ready to play our part to make sure that our country moves forward. But there's a particular group of people that I think are even more ready. I think the women are ready, Your Excellency. What do you think? Do you think that, women, played a great role in this election, and that does this spell good things for us in 2027? Is that too early to call?
Well, you know what? I have to totally celebrate the Nigerian people. You know, never before has this mammoth concern and arising ever happened for us.
Yes.
You know, we saw a region who were usually, I would say, very laid back and business minded.
Yes.
Stand up to the occasion.
Yes.
We saw less popular voters who would only wait for pieces before they vote.
Exactly.
Go to the polls with literally nothing to eat at home.
Yes.
There was a fire burning out there in our citizens. And in all fairness, considering how hard the economic status had been for a little while, we have to congratulate Nigerians.
Yes.
There is no need to despair. Yeah, and they've done a fantastic job. And as for the women, you know, we always say a little here, a little there.
Yes.
Our women came out en masse, as we saw, putting their lives at risk regardless of young babies at home.
Yes.
Many of them were at the polls.
Yes.
It speaks a lot to the understanding, the growing understanding for Nigerians that equality for the advancement of sustainable development is becoming a big thing, not just at the ballot, but also, you know, the growing understanding that for the economy to thrive, women must participate at the highest, you know, level at every given call. You know, put out to them, and that's just fantastic to see what the outcome was. It was something else, and we really celebrate our women. But like we always say, we never sit on our oars. That's why we're women, and we always say we have margin for growth, and we are coming.
Absolutely.
That whoever eventually, you know, however, now that the president-elect has been named, there must be constance with the interaction and interface with the women of the nation. Because I promise you, Mariah, every futuristic idea that can make Nigeria that world acclaimed country, that recognized nation, that economically viable and stable society. We have a lot of those solutions tied in the hands of women.
Yes.
All they need is support, and let the new government do their job.
Yes.
Not just for the women, but for the youth, and, you know, for posterity, you know, and especially getting ready for the next elections. There have to be more measures for elections going forward.
Absolutely well said. I tick all the boxes. Everything you have said is right on the mark. Speaking there at that mark, Sydney, Her Excellency, my favorite Excellency, and I know I'm looking for. Honestly, I'm looking
Mama, for. Your Excellency, I'm the smallest among the best.
No, but you speak. See, the thing is, it's presence, charisma, and you have it all. You are ready to lead, and we are ready in this Nigeria to have you lead us. Honestly, I look forward to that. This administration, I'd said on WhatsApp yesterday that women, we should get all our ducks in a row. That we've been asking for 35% affirmation. Do you think that this new government is even looking at 60% for us? Is it time? Are we ready for that? Do you think that?
I'll tell you something, darling. I can vouch for every young female.
Yes.
I can vouch for every mother, every sister, every woman.
Yes.
We have been more than ready.
Yes.
All we just needed were more friendly, a more friendly environment, or is a more friendly environment.
Yes.
More support, technically.
That's the word.
And otherwise, you know, if we can have resource support, I assure you that in only 3 projects that women can put out there, if the government, you know, of the day, because I quite, you know, look, I'll tell you something. Be it a Labour Party or a
APC, yes, or PDP.
Or PDP or LMPP for that matter. I feel that either way or way, when I look at the current individual who has just emerged as elect, we don't know what the outcome is going to be, but he has emerged. I look at the woman by his side.
Yeah.
There is no reason why that government, once installed or inaugurated, as it were, should not take into full cognizance, and empathy, and understanding that it is the right time to, how they say it, technologically speaking, you have to go through research, and then you develop. So I think 100% there is a great opening. Now we have some fantastic persons in that house as well.
Yes.
Come what may. I don't need to start name dropping.
No.
We have some fantastic female representation in there. So whatever the outcome was, so 60% maybe in the near future, possibly, but we'll fight for it.
Yes. Thank you so much you're always a delight, honestly, whether in the studio or calling from wherever it is that you are at the moment. I'm so glad you were able to do this on such short notice, and I look forward to seeing you soon.
Thank you, my dear. Thank you. Over to Joy.
All right, Joy. Joy, girl.
Hi, I'm still here.
Yes, you are. So I have to quickly go on a commercial break. Do you mind I call you back in another couple of minutes once, just to round off today, because I can call you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate your input this afternoon.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, you've been listening to the voice there of Joy Asonye, a media strategist, and Her Excellency Adamak Sydney, a presidential aspirant, if you must know, towards this 2023 elections. She had put her hat in the ring at the time, but of course things didn't materialize. But I'm looking forward to great things happening. And while they were on the phone, a couple of calls were coming through, so I really apologize. After I come back from this commercial break, please do call back. I really want to hear your thoughts. A new president-elect has been announced. What do you think? Will he hit the ground running, or will it be more of the same like we had 8 years ago when it took the president of the day 6 months to announce their cabinet? Do you think things will be different? Do you think that, the aggrieved parties were able to come to, what's that word now? Were able to come to an agreement and accept the announcement that INEC has made? Do you think at some point today, before they hand over the certificates to the Senate president-elect, will they concede? Will they accept this victory? Those are the thoughts going over that I'm thinking about right now, and I'd really like to know your thoughts on this matter. You can do that right after this commercial break. I'll be right back.
Arise, arise, This call to prayer is sponsored by the Nigeria Supreme Council for Islamic Affairs.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illa أشهد أن لا إله إلا الله أشهد أن محمدا رسول أشهد أن محمدا رسول الله حي على الصلاة
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty, and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
But there comes a time when you are pushed to the wall and there's nowhere to go but up.
If we just decide in our hearts that we want to believe in Nigeria and we want to take steps every day to make this country a better place.
This is our dream, and a new Nigeria is that dream that we so much seek and desire.
The destiny of Nigeria is in our hands. We are the country. The country is us.
We are Nigeria.
We are that turning point generation. We are Nigeria. We are the future.
We are the future. We are the dream. We are the nation. We are part of this. Yes, we are so amazing. That's the least we shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished? We have just begun. When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of our dreams. We are the nation, we are part of this. Oh, oh. We are the nation, we are part of this. Whoa, carry the song, carry the sound. The future is here. The future is here. Goodbye yesterday, tomorrow is now for the taking. The future is here. The future is here. I am the future. I am the future. I am the dream. I am the nation. I am part of this. Yes, I am so amazing. That's the least I shall be. At the heart of the nation, changing history. How can they say that we are finished if we have just begun? When we have nowhere else to run to, we have nowhere else to go. So get out of the way of the land of my dreams. I am the nation, I am part of this. So get out of the way of the land of my dreams. I am the nation, I am part of this. Whoa, carry the song, carry the sound. The future is here. The future is here. Goodbye yesterday, tomorrow is now for the taking. The future is here. The future is here. Raise your hands in the air if you believe the future has come now. The future is here. The future is here. This is all, this is all, this is all country. The future is here. The future is here.
The voices of Nigerians were heard loud and clear this past Saturday. We want a better future for our children. We want a better future for the coming generation. And then what they call it now, the Independent National Electoral Commission at 4 a.m. this morning announced the next president of Nigeria. 24 years after our democracy, we have another president in office. Was the process a smooth one? No. Was it rife with all the challenges? Yes, it was. And so I'm asking again, as we did last week, because at this point, I'm just going over social media. When I started the show this morning, I saw a lot of responses. Some people congratulating and some people against, the outcome of the Saturday polls. And so what I have to say to you is this. All aggrieved parties have 3 weeks to appeal the results. The Electoral Commission has declared the ruling party candidate, Senator Bola Tinubu, winner of Nigeria's election. Tinubu's ruling party has urged the opposition to accept defeat, but the opposition say, no, we do not agree with this result. And so, that an election can be invalidated only if it is proven the National Electoral Body largely did not follow the law and acted in ways that could have changed the outcome. The parties now have 3 weeks to appeal the results. I must also mention that the Supreme Court of Nigeria has never overturned a presidential election, though court challenges are common, including, the APC presidential candidate in 2019 had the same battle. Buhari, who doggedly fought his past election losses for months in vain. And so everybody has come together to say, Nigeria is the giant of Africa. Whether we like to we in-house, we like to yab ourselves, right? And if things don't go well for Nigeria, it won't affect just you alone. It's going to overspill to all the countries around us. And I have to quickly take this call. This person has been calling for a while now. So thank you so much for calling back. I sincerely appreciate your input this afternoon. Go on. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes.
Good afternoon. What's your name and where are you calling from?
My name is Patrick.
Patrick, I saw your message earlier on. You say you have intentions to jackpot. Tell me more about that.
Yeah, now, it's the latest thing that is in town now. So we just have to jackpot out of the country for now.
So, you know what? I found it funny. I found it, some introspection. This year, really, we haven't heard many people jackpotting. I think everybody was like, let them wait and see how this thing turns out. In fact, we had more people from the diaspora who came back. Patrick, they came back to Nigeria to vote, so, right? So now you want to follow them back. You want to leave. So who is left in the country?
Madam Rayo.
Yes, please.
The thing is, this election was like a mission by all Nigerians to rescue their country.
Yes.
So having their hopes down by the way INEC conducted the election, we don't want to just express how angry we are. We don't want to tense the tension.
I can imagine.
Like me, I don't believe that crisis solve anything. And I don't ever want to experience crisis. I keep emphasizing it.
Yes, please.
Because I have seen what crisis does to a nation.
Yes.
But you see, Nigerians came out, they trooped out.
Yes.
Like the voter party that you are talking about.
Yes.
People came out. They were willing to vote.
Yes.
But the late arrival of INEC staff,
officials,
the beavers only,
technology.
Sometimes it would even make you feel as if you should just go back home.
Yes.
So and the crisis again, in so many places, like in Lagos State and even other states, in River State, you saw what was going on now.
Yes.
You saw the crisis.
Yes.
People came out. Nigerians were willing.
Yes.
They wanted as PVC to speak.
Yes.
Because what the INEC boss told Nigerians was so convincing.
Yes.
Even myself, I was having doubt. But when the INEC boss now convinced me with English, and I have faith. But on Saturday, I say I could have just stand by my doubts. Yeah. Because what we saw that day, honestly, it is not something we should even experience. But going forward, but there is a good side.
Yes.
You know that most of the National Assembly election went well.
Yes.
Went well.
Yes.
And the reason why it went well, according to what people said, is because there was electronic transfer of the results.
Exactly.
That was why you were seeing that state governors were losing their polling units.
Yes.
They are even losing.
Yes.
So to even Labour Party. But when it comes to the presidential, then what happened to the beavers? That was when the INEC Savannah shut down.
Yes.
Because there was a report of an ad hoc who said that he wanted to transmit the results to the INEC server, but the INEC server shut down. So how comes we don't want to say anything.
All the questions you've asked are valid. So what was the backup plan that INEC had for a situation like that? Because I guess they should have tested all scenarios. That what happens when there is a massive turnout, and what are the staff expected to do. So these are all valid questions.
That is where the money they gave them. That's where the money they gave them. The INEC chairman must account for it. Because according to what I heard, they spent 300 million.
Yeah.
I give some 200 million on website.
Yes.
So what happened? What happened?
Yes, I imagine.
So these are questions that you must ask.
Yes.
So I just think that let's just get done with this process.
Yes.
With the governorship election, everybody should just calm down. The parties that lost, I will not advise them to go to court, because to me, I see the courts, INEC, as owned by the federal government. I don't have confidence in these two institutions. It's not supposed to be so, but that my mind is built up. So if they want to go to court, I just wish them all the best.
Thank you so much. Sister. Thank you so much, Patrick, for always. I have to go on a quick commercial break now because we have the news at the top of the hour. Thank you so much for your contribution, Patrick. And so it's time for the news on the hour. I'll come back right after this break. I look forward to hearing back from you. What are your thoughts? We'll be right back after this break.
This is 93.7 Citizen FM, Abuja. Time for news on the hour.
It's 1 p.m. Good afternoon. Thanks for staying with us here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Here's the news on the hour. Governor Umaru Fintiri of Adamawa State has suspended the activities of international and local non-governmental organizations operating in the state. The governor made this announcement during a broadcast at the Government House in Yola, Adamawa State capital, where he noted that the NGOs are drifting from their mandate of providing humanitarian assistance to the people. He, however, commended the role of security agencies during the 2023 presidential election as he ordered a 24-hour patrol by security personnel to forestall breakdown of law and order in the state. Meanwhile, Nigeria's president-elect Asiwaju Bola Tinubu has urged Atiku Abubakar of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Peter Obi of the Labour Party, and other presidential candidates not satisfied with his emergence to go to court. According to Tinubu, anyone willing to challenge the outcome of the electoral process should seek legal recourse and not violence. He said this in his acceptance speech following his declaration as the president-elect after polling. Tinubu, while appreciating God, his party, family, and the people of Nigeria for electing him to serve as their 16th president, extended hands of friendship to the other three leading presidential candidates, adding that they'd been opponents but not enemies. He, however, stated that it is indefensible to resort to violence in a process that could be challenged in court. European Commission President Ursula von der Leyen and European Parliament President Roberta Metsola expressed their condolences after a deadly train crash in Greece Wednesday. She said the whole of Europe is mourning and her thoughts are with the people of Greece after the terrible train accident that claimed so many lives last night near Larissa. She said, Metsola added on Twitter that her sincere condolences to all victims, their families, and friends. She said she's grateful to all rescuers and medical staff on site. And that's the Citizen FM News on the hour. Thanks for staying with us. It's now back on Perspectives. Good afternoon.
.7 Citizen FM.
Let's talk about it on our favorite radio station.
We're more than just a radio station. We are a part of your life.
We teach girls shame. Close your legs, cover yourself. We make them feel as though by being born female, they're already guilty of something.
So I think right now we have the chance to be heard, and that's why we're doing it. We're all doing it because we're asking to try and elicit change.
No woman should sit down and allow a man to speak about her reproductive rights.
But it is about opening spaces for other women and not to be seen as token, and that because I'm a woman, I'm only speaking about women at the table. No, I'm speaking about side of the table that is empty, and that women have to be there. So
I want us to leave this world better than we found it. And how I choose to affect change is by speaking up, by being the first, and by being the dominant.
Over 4 billion of the world's population are girls and women, also faced with challenges that affect our world and contributing solutions to them. Let's have conversations and get some answers to them through their eyes and voices. Tune in to Perspectives, where we discuss important issues ranging from climate change, politics, health, the economy, and lifestyle on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. Weekdays from midday. Perspectives. Conversations that matter.
Minutes gone past 1 p.m. You are still tuned in and listening to Perspectives here on Citizen FM 93.7 Abuja. At the beginning of the show, I had my two guests. I had Joy Asionye, a fellow media colleague at a fellow colleague and a radio show host. I also had Adamak Sydney, a presidential aspirant, yes, here in the Federal Republic of Nigeria. And so both of them, have shared their thoughts. Of course, they've congratulated the president-elect, as most Nigerians have. And of course, they've also ensued for peace, that in spite of the outcome of the elections, they hope that the president-elect and his team will hit the ground running. And so I'd like to hear from you as well. What do you think is going to happen? I'd ask also that, will this see a mass, what's that word now, migration of people out of Nigeria? Or do you think that people will stay back and do better this time around? Do you think that we're giving the APC, this is another chance? They've had it for 8 years now, and so this is another 4 years. We've bought the APC another 4 years. Are they going to do better? What are your thoughts on that? 0818 22 22 205, 0818 22 22 206. There's the party and then there's the candidate that has won. We're juggling everything at once. We live in Nigeria. We're the ones living the reality of it. And so wherever it is that we can ensue for peace, please always speak, the right things. Don't say, yeah, you are upset right now. It was the same thing in 2019. There were a lot of high hopes. Is to say this time even much so. We had so many young people. The highest number of young voters in Nigeria was in this 2023 decides. And did we really decide on Saturday? So those are the questions that everyone is juggling. I've seen some comments on social media. Someone said, it's fair to say campaigning is the easy part. It's time to lead the nation now. May God give our new president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, the courage, wisdom, empathy, strength, and resolve to do the right and make Nigeria better, especially for ordinary folk. That is the big part. They said Nigerians have suffered too much. And every 4 years, Nigeria will impose on Nigeria a candidate that Nigeria doesn't want. That's somebody else, commenting. And that person said, this one reads, so after 8 years of long suffering under the APC, someone also went again to vote for another APC candidate. Another person said, this is the will of God. Congratulations, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. May your tenure bring further development in infrastructural advancements and human capital development to the Federal Republic of Nigeria. God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria. I say that with mixed feelings because a lot of people are also pointing to the fact that the president-elect lost in his home state in Lagos. And they say, okay, that he ran his campaign on the idea that he's done a lot of great things in Lagos State. And so he's coming to replicate. So people are asking, what did you do in Lagos State exactly? Is it the bad roads? Is it the, well, if you've lived in Lagos, you know what the peculiar problem of Lagos is traffic, and that is it the struggle, the hustling, the city that never sleeps in Nigeria? Is that what you're coming to replicate at the federal level? So there's a lot of questions. I really like your input on that. I'm going to invite my guest back on, so we'll do a wrap up on the show this afternoon. We had her on earlier, Joy Asionye. So this is Joy now, calling her back to wrap up today's episode of Perspectives. What about you? Have any comments on this matter? You can send me a message on WhatsApp on 0818 22 22 205, 0818 22 22 206. Hello, Joy.
Hi.
Yes, so thank you so much. I caught you up at just the right time. I sincerely appreciate, you doing this today, because I can imagine you've had a merry-go-round since last week Saturday as well. So,
no, the pleasure is completely mine.
Yes. So, final words as to the reactions. One of my callers said he plans to japa. And, I just suddenly realized, when we started off the show today, I just made a comment that, the people that were jackpying, it was all last year. I haven't heard anybody rushing to the airport to say, okay, you know what, elections are about to hold. I want to leave Nigeria. Who knows how, this thing could swing anyway. But do you think with the announcement of the president-elect, do you think more people are going to jackpot now? Or do you think that the president-elect is so popular and people believe in his strategies and it will attract investment to Nigerians? What do you think?
Well, we will just get to see. The truth is that people have preconceived notions about everybody. We have not seen Tinubu, Asiwaju Ahmed Tinubu perform as president. So the world is watching, and I know that if there's anything that would get to happen at this period is the fact that Nigerians are going to give Ahmed Tinubu a hard time.
I can imagine.
If somebody like Peter Obi had emerged as president, Nigerians would probably give him the benefit of that. Oh, he has good intentions.
First timer.
But Asiwaju did not enjoy that good media at all.
No.
He did not enjoy good media.
No.
And so we are going to be more critical. We are going to hold him by his word.
And expect more. And expect
anybody
more
in our
him.
history.
Yes, we're going to expect more from him. In fact, he has never had it easy. In fact, I said to someone that he's the most hated politician in Nigeria. So
Exactly.
Since 1999, with his battle with the former president, Olusegun Obasanjo, the back and forth in Lagos. And then, people just have this really dark view of him, that he's a bad person and that he really has nothing to offer. So, I mean,
now marrying that to the Japa syndrome, I must tell you something for a fact.
Yes.
If he proves himself, Nigerians are going to watch. If he proves himself, if for any miraculous reason, when he emerges, he has policies that Nigerians can start looking at to see prospects.
Yes.
We would see we are in that part of our history where we want the country to work.
Yes.
And if you want the country to work, you already know that your hand must be on deck to get that to be done.
Absolutely.
So if Nigerians should leave this groove and start thinking positively, I'm sure we would achieve a lot.
Absolutely.
And I'm begging people who are considering leaving the country to give this administration the benefit of doubt. Even if it is holding them by their word, that would get us to that country that we most hope for.
Yes.
But leaving the country,
there's no much you can do. You're out of the kitchen. The food will not cook itself.
Yes.
Yes. And I know people had said, Nigerians have proved themselves in these elections. The ones who are more vocal have shown themselves and have threatened to leave the country. But would you leave something that is better? You wouldn't. And so let's pray. I for one, I have never really prayed for the country to go into flames just because the candidate of your choice does not win. I want to see a country where, even though my candidate will not have won, we can do more. We can join hands and get it better.
Exactly.
So let's not leave this country. Let's make it even greater than it is. Let's hold this country, this government accountable, this administration that's promised so much. Let's hold them accountable.
You have said it all, Joy. Thank you so much. I know I have chopped plenty of your time today, so I'm just going to let you go easy. But I look forward to seeing you soon. You've been away for too long. Thank you so much.
I've been away for too long. I need to be in the studio. I look forward to being invited again.
I look forward to seeing you sometime next week, Joy. Thank you so much.
That would be wonderful.
All right. Enjoy the rest of your day. And kisses to Her Excellency. Thank you so much, Joy. You have said it all. The idea is Nigeria is a multi-ethnic state. You know how many languages we speak in Nigeria? We are diverse, just like India, just like Papua New Guinea, just like so many countries of the world. We're not the only country that has different ethnic groups. And it is time. I think one of the things that was proven at the polls this time around was the fact that detribalized Nigerians can vote for anybody that they want. That's the Nigeria I want to see. I want to see that it doesn't matter where you come from, state of origin. Let us lose all of that now. Let us lose, what else again? What are the things that limit us from progressing forward? We need to unlearn. We need a reorientation. And I think I've always said it here on this show that the solution to Nigeria is not economic, it's not political, it's not spiritual. It is an unlearning that we need to do. Just change your mindset. When you go to other places, you adapt, right? You embrace them. Why don't you do the same thing for the same people that you bear nationhood with, right? So this is the time to not burn down this polity, because nobody wants war right now. We've seen how migrants perish at sea because they want better better livelihoods, and so they don't mind. They cross oceans and just to get a better to get a better life for them and for their family. Some people also look at what's happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo in the last 10 years. And that's one country where they even speak the same language, or they hear themselves. But look at how things, because of all the mineral deposits, one group of people is always fighting against the other. So war is not a good thing. It's not something to aspire to. So if there's anybody whispering in your ears, goading you to go out and confront anyone or say things that are not beneficial, please rein yourselves in. We have only this one Nigeria, a population of 200 million people. How many other African countries have that population? Think about it. If the war breaks out, where will you go? Think about that, really. It's enough to just, it's not enough to hide in your room and press your computer and say anything you want to say, but think of the consequences. And all this weekend, the hashtag elections have consequences was going around. Oh, God. I have a message here that I can't read. It's a bit violent. My dear friend, please don't say things like this, right? Please, let's encourage a better Nigeria. And so that's where we're going to draw the curtain on perspectives this afternoon. I look forward to, having a robust conversation tomorrow, next week as well, when when everybody's back to base, because right now, due to elections, everybody had to go back to the places where they register to vote, and so that's why we don't have a full house yet. But in the meantime, thank you all so much for making it fun today. Thank you for all of you who called in, who sent in messages. Patrick, thank you for your input. That was phenomenal. I sincerely appreciate that. And so on to the next same time, same station tomorrow. Stay with us here on Citizen FM 93.7. Have yourselves an amazing rest of the day.
Here we stand as a people with one song, with one voice, wherever